All right, guys. Well, this is it. We are wrapping up our tour of the Magic City Brewery Trail again. Shout out to BehamNow.com and Emma Johnston for sharing the article. And we've made it. This is stop number 12. We are way out here on Crestwood Boulevard. This is called True Story Brewing Company, and the brewery is run by. I mean, it's pretty much a one-man operation.
Right.
We just found out a minute ago that he is in the process of literally moving houses, not breweries, but where he lives, which would explain why they only have one True Story beer on draft at the moment. So instead of doing the flights like we usually do, we are going to give you our critique of the True Story Saison.
Yeah, it's called the Sacre Bleu. I may be mispronouncing that. It's French, and it basically means surprise, or just, surprise, I think. So hopefully this will be a surprisingly good beer. I do like Saisons. And I'll just add, just so to make it clear, I've been here before when there were much more offerings on draft.
Right.
So we didn't expect that, but this is the only thing. They still have some other options, just some other beers on draft, so you can still come here and enjoy some craft beer. But this is actually the only one brewed by True Story.
And the brewery is really small. We're in a backyard outdoor space that looks more like kind of a place you would store old grills and yard equipment. But in any
Yeah,
case,
that's a good call.
it's a small brewery. It's a one or two man operation, so you wouldn't expect the volume. But the Saison is what we're going to sample for you because, again, at the moment, it's all that True
This is
Story
what we
has.
got. So here we go.
And it's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a classic Saison taste. On the finish, it's a little bit bitter, but you get that classic German, heavy kind of wheat,
Yep.
lemon, outdoorsy, mountainous kind of taste.
Maybe not as peppery as some that I've had, and there's a little bit of on the finish. I'm almost getting a little bit of orange.
It does definitely have a fruity note to it.
It's got a little banana and a little orange on the finish.
And it's good. I mean, it's and again, the only other time I've ever been here is when John and I were doing a best IPA in Birmingham taste test kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I can remember having some beer here that was really good. I wouldn't let the one beer that they brew on tap steer you away from True Story. Obviously, there are other times when the brewer's not so busy that they have more beers to offer.
Yeah, and I'm just a huge fan of a guy that's doing it himself. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of help. He doesn't obviously have a huge budget, but he's making it work. He's been here for a while. He's got a location. He's got, we talked to some of the regulars inside before we were ordering the beer, and they were highly complimentary of the usual stuff that he has. And honestly, this is really good. And it's a little bit, I mean, I don't know if I would say it's completely surprising like the name suggests, but it's the fact that it's sort of got that orangey, almost tropical taste to a Saison really is a bit surprising to me, but it still seems anchored in the style.
Definitely, and it's almost like it's almost like he asked himself, well, what can I fuse with a Saison? And sorry if the video's rocking back and forth. That is not you having too much beer. But
Maybe
our
it is.
our glasses and phone are on a table that may give way any second now. But it's almost like he tried to ask himself, well, what can I do to a Saison to almost bring in another style of beer, which is where I get the fruity from.
And I think of I don't know if our viewers have, or even if you, William, have ever had ambrosia. It's sort of a Christmas dessert thing with
Oh, yeah.
oranges and coconut, and I don't know why, but this reminds me of a little bit of ambrosia.
And it's good. But so to recap real quick, this brings us to the end of the Birmingham Craft Brewery Trail. Stop number 12. And if you want to go back through, we have videos for the previous 11. So what we're going to do is we'll rate this, and then we're going to kind of go back and highlight some of the ones that stuck out to us.
Yeah.
I guess since this is kind of divine grace, I guess, because we only have one beer, that's going to give us a little more time to go back and kind of highlight some of our
Recap.
favorites. So, John, if we're rating True Story 1 through 10 on the Saison, where would you go with that?
Well, I've got to factor in the location and the place as well, and I'm gonna, I'm just loath to be hard on a one-man operation. I like the beer a lot. The location is not my ideal place to hang out. Like William said, it feels a little bit like I'm in somebody's messy backyard right now. And it's very dark inside to it. I'm not a fan of that. I'm gonna go 6.5 overall. The beer edging it up. The beer's high quality.
Yeah, I'm going to go, and listen again, like John said, this is a guy who's basically taking a home brewing and bringing it to the people.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not a lot different. If you ever come to True Story, you'll see what we mean. But it's just not a lot different from maybe just going to somebody's house and having beer that they brew. So I'll give it, the beer's really good. I'll go just a little bit higher at a 7. It is on the fringes of Birmingham. It's out in Crestwood. It is close to Cahaba, close to Avondale. There's a reason that it is a stop on the Magic City. Listen, if I ever brewed a beer that got on the Magic City Brewery Trail, I'd be ecstatic. So the fact that it's on the trail says something positive about the fellow who does this.
He's a legit brewer.
But listen, if you come to a brewery and there's only one beer on tap from the brewery, that takes away a little bit from what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
So, well, guys, we appreciate you sticking with us. So, John,
do we want to just mention what was 9 and above? Do you think you can remember those?
Yeah. So the highest of the 12 spots on the Magic City Brewery Trail, the Birmingham District Brewery came in at a 9.5.
We both gave it a 9.5.
9.5. So the Birmingham District Brewing Company is our favorite, and then Good People, Trim Tab, and Avondale.
No, it's Cahaba.
Cahaba. I'm sorry. Good People, Trim Tab, and Cahaba, both rated a 9.
All three of those were a 9.
And those three that we just listed that were 9 or 3 of the original 4 in Birmingham. And it doesn't surprise me that the district rates the highest.
We've long been preaching the value of the district.
It's going to be a minor miracle if we don't stop by through the district on the way home just to wrap this up. But listen, here's what you need to do. Go to behamnow.com. This is exactly what I did, and I'm a little more OCD than most people. Go to behamnow.com, find Emma's article on the Magic City Brewery Trail and print the list out. We came in 4 trips of 3 breweries and knocked all 12 out just like that. So if you want to have the best beer in Birmingham, print out the list, and I'm about to destroy the table. Start way on the other side of town at Monday night, work your way over here, and then come out here and Christmas tree, umbrella, kitty toys, all kind of stuff at True Story.
And if you do it all in one day and have a beer at each place, please leave a note in the comments and tell me how you felt afterwards. That would be a big effort to do it all in one day. I'm not saying it couldn't be done.
And listen, do us a favor. When you're watching these videos, if you have other beers from the breweries you recommend, put them in the comments.
Please.
We're not trying to become YouTubers at all. But if you watch the videos, just subscribe, and every time we do a video, it'll show up so you can watch it. All right, anything else?
I think that's it. Who knows where we're going to go next, guys? We've talked about a few things. Don't forget, if you've been following along, in July of this year, we're going to be on the Blue Ridge Parkway bringing you on location some of the best beers in North Carolina and in the South.
Yep.
To some of the breweries up there, including Sierra Nevada, Oscar Blues, maybe Burial in Asheville, maybe some, and plenty of others, I'm sure. So that's going to be interesting. We'll hopefully incorporate some good views from wherever we're drinking from.
We're thinking about doing another port series like we did with the Creature Comforts, where we may do a Sam Adams summer pack. But chances are the next few videos will probably be just standalones as these breweries we've brought you come out with new beer.
And if you have something, if you have a request you'd like to see us do, please leave it in the comments.
Yep.
We'll try to make it happen.
All right, guys, we appreciate you sticking with us, and we had a blast, and I hope you learned something about Birmingham beer. Thanks for being with us.
Cheers.
Yep.